Hello, and welcome to another in the Ask the Data Governance Coach video series. And today's question, I got an email from somebody saying, you mentioned quite a lot that you need a simple data governance framework, but why? So the question I'm going to answer today is why you need a simple data governance framework. And I think the main thing to remember is what we're trying to do is enable people to use their data better, to enable them to understand it and understand the quality of it and take actions to improve the quality if needed. Now, if we make this all about implementing a really complicated framework, why would anybody want to do it? We always have to remember that we're delivering data governance to deliver real value to the business. So we do not want to be perceived as putting in place hurdles and obstacles to stop people getting on with their day jobs because we've made it too hard for them to use the data. The best way that I've found to try and explain this to people is to use an analogy. And then I use the analogy of watching television. And if you think back to, when I was a child, there was only terrestrial TV and you could only watch it. You could only watch TV on a TV. And, after dinner, my parents would look up, open the Radio Times. They would look and they would see what was the choices, which wasn't many. They would determine what we were going to watch. And we'd all watch the same TV together. Now, you roll on many years and it is really complicated to watch TV now. So we have so many options. We've got cable and satellite. We still have the old analog TV. We can stream from so many different streaming platforms and on so many different devices. It is really complicated to watch TV. Now, I don't watch much TV. And when I do, it's usually stuff that my husband's found that we'll both like. Now, earlier this year, he had to go into hospital for some surgery. And during that time, I thought, oh, wow, this is great. I can perhaps watch something that he wouldn't like, maybe a nice costume drama. And I thought, great. So what shall I watch? So first of all, I got out our TiVo remote and I opened up that and I was having a look to see if we've already recorded something that I might like to watch. And I wasted some time and I couldn't find anything on that. And then I tried to remember my sister telling me about something that she recommended. So I then have to message her and wait for it to come back. And then in the meantime, I've opened up my Amazon Prime and had a scroll through. And then I'm looking at Disney Plus and I'm just starting to think, is this really what I want? And to be honest, I got to 45 minutes in. I still hadn't started watching something. And I just thought, this is just so complicated. And I went and made a cup of tea and read my book. Now, that was me trying to watch TV and a rare chance of being able to watch something that my husband wouldn't. Imagine if that is amplified when you present somebody with a really complicated framework of how to do data governance. They're going to be exactly like I was, except they won't go and get a book and a cup of tea, but they'll say, I've got 101 things to do. I can't get my head around this data governance framework. I'm going to go and get on with my job. And even if you're telling them that this data governance framework is going to help their job get easier in the future, why would they believe you if the framework is overly complicated? So my mantra is make a data governance framework as simple as possible. That doesn't mean that you can't add details as you go along, but always start incredibly simple so that the business can get their head around it, so that they're willing to adopt it and try it. And it is not perceived to be something that's making it even harder to do their job, because we're all about making their jobs easier and data more valuable for your organization. So I hope that has helped. If you have any questions you would like me to answer in future videos, please just email them in to questions@nicolaaskham.com. And if you like this, please comment or share on your choice of social media, because I'm on a bit of a mission to help as many people as possible be successful with data governance. And I'd love your help in spreading the message. Thank you very much.